Alright, to continue our review of this sidewalk, this is where we had arrived after design review meeting 2, where I had combined a sidewalk E and sidewalk C to arrive at sidewalk F, which was this one here. However, if you look, you had asked me to combine this red sidewalk, which was E, with C, which looked more like this, and I had done that, but you did not care for the way I swung that in there. You liked it more when the arc was just round like that. So that is what G does. It maintains 3 foot here and then swings that like that. And so that's the end result of it, of that modification to arrive at G, which is this. Next, in case you wanted more than, because you had indicated in the email maybe that you wanted a 4-foot sidewalk or a wider sidewalk. So next I kind of changed things a little bit to make this sidewalk 3'6". In addition, I horsed around a little bit at this end. I talked about maybe the concrete wants to fall off here or break off because of this acute angle. So I've changed that like that. I'm not pleased with the result, so I moved quickly along, but nevertheless you can take a quick look at the end result of that modification, which was something like this. And I quickly left this at 3'6". This is all unchanged up here, but I changed this approach here, and I like this a lot more. I'm still coming in at a 90 here, but with less rigmarole and more simplicity here. So we're still 3'6" sidewalk, and that's the result of that. Finally, whether or not you want to, bring that all the way up to the garage, that's up to you. It seems like a lot of sidewalk here, but especially for as thin as it gets here. And that's the end result of that at J. There's another little, maybe that's not so wide, and you pull it back a bit. This margin stayed the same. We just brought this back, a little bit less sidewalk here. Again, though, that's just something that's really flexible and up to you. Finally, I think as this is 3'6". I think the next thing I did, well, that was that's that 3'6" with this back here. And then next, because you had mentioned the 4-foot sidewalk, okay, what if I just left this side alone for these next permutations? Just there, you can have whatever you want to do down there with anything we've looked at so far, really. But this one, I widened this sidewalk all the way out to 4'0". This is still unchanged up at this end for these next couple views, but the sidewalk is widened to 4'0" all the way across, maintaining that 6-foot space in there. And that's the result of that. Finally, I was not sure. I don't mind this terribly. What we've had, this is these two are basically symmetrical. The first several feet are symmetrical here before this swings around. But I wasn't sure, I wanted to experiment with, well, what if we came straight off of that and then swung around? I was not overly fond of the result. This is it here. And so the final thing that a person might do with something like that is to just bring them both off and keep them both parallel to a certain point, and then they break. Essentially just widen out, or lengthen out that part that's parallel. You can see in M in the red where it went all the way in, so this is kind of an angled line going up here, a curved line going up here, and then this is so straight for so long. I didn't particularly care for that, so this was the next result. Was N, and you end up with something like that. It was a lot of sidewalk, but maybe that's what you're looking for. And certainly I kind of like the result. If this was what we were going to do, I like the result of this better than that. It just seems a little more balanced. But that's that, and now just for fun I'll run through all of these alternatives A through N from the start. Sadly, the effect isn't going to be as cool because the view changed so far along, but here's where we started, and I'm just going to flip through these silently. And back again. to the existing. I want to go through one more time and make my... Okay, I like E, G, J, and K, L, and N. But don't let me influence you.